All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Bellmeister.
I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say taco salad, Rob.
Taco salad, Rob.
All right, Rob will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns. Make sure to tag at Star City Games. He will send his favorite questions over to us, and we'll do our best to get them answered. We are in the middle of M21 preview season, or I should say at the very beginning. Just starting to dive into some of the new cards that we have seen. We got about 65 cards in before we had to cut it off, build our decks. And remember all that trash talk I was saying about ramp? Well, I'm playing it here this next round. I thought I was playing it the round after, so I was trying to build up a roller coaster ride of emotions. But here I am, just contradicting myself immediately.
Whatever you need to tell yourself.
Exactly. That's what I'm going with, and hopefully people are listening. So what we are going to be playing here is an Ugin deck. Let me pull out some of the new cards that I have here. We are just maxing out on Ugins, playing all four, basically any way to ramp them, and then Solemn Simulacrum as another new card. But that's it. We're just ramping to Ugin. We still got Hydrate, Krasis, Nissa, and we're just going to see if ramp is good. We don't have Cultivate. That wasn't spoiled yet. I don't even know if we'd play it.
I don't think you would.
I don't think we would either. It's like Grazer or Cultivate, I think. It's just like, what do you prefer? And I don't know the answer to that question for sure, and we're going to find out.
So Grazer into Cultivate is a nice little curve because then you keep guaranteeing yourself land drops. A lot of the time with Grazer, you just end up missing your fourth land drop, and it feels bad.
Yeah.
Cultivate ensures that you don't do that.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have to play some obscene land count to make sure that happens.
Yeah.
So the synergy with Grazer might make Cultivate significantly better than it otherwise would be.
That's true. That's true. But you can just go Grazer into Growth Spiral and still Nissa on turn 3. Like, that's all you want to do. Grazer is just allowing turn 3 Nissas, which is still powerful. There's no way that's bad, so. What are you bringing up against me?
I am going to be playing Izzet Phoenix. Playing See the Truth. That's sort of the main payoff here as Corey reads what the card does, but probably for the first time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah,
nice one.
So this is what I wrote. My article this week should be live now on Star City Games. See the Truth. Really powerful card if you can enable it. This list is trying to do that with Finale of Promise.
Okay.
So that's your way of casting it from the graveyard, at least your main way. There's one Vadrock that can do it too.
Okay. I like that.
And in the Izzet Phoenix shell, I'm not Ryeling or anything like that. I am playing Cathartic Reunion just as another sorcery.
Yeah.
So this card not only is good with Finale gets to target it, you draw the 3 cards, it's also just a sorcery that you put in your deck that you can target with Finale, which is really missing since Charter Course rotated.
Yep.
So
that was the big problem.
Yeah, 2 huge additions there. And should give this deck, just a boost in power level that it desperately needs. Other than that, it's pretty typical. I'm playing Electromancer because there's a lot of 2-mana cantrips I want to reduce the cost of.
Okay.
And there's not a lot of spot removal in Standard right now. I'm
I'm
also playing 2 copies of Spark Hunter Masticore, a card I think is quite good in this deck. One of the issues with Izzet Phoenix sometimes is falling behind while you're setting up the Phoenix turn.
Yep.
This gives you something proactive to play. You pitch the Phoenix to it. You could pitch See the Truth to it and just set up that Finale.
Yeah.
And it's something on the battlefield that actually either plays defense or attacks Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
It's also very, very good at attacking your 2 most problematic cards, which are Narset and Teferi. Teferi stops Finale. Narset stops most of your cantrips, though notably doesn't stop See the Truth. Even if you cast it from your graveyard, because the front half says look at the top 3, put 1 into your hand, it's worded where you just put the 3 into your hand. You're not drawing cards.
No matter what? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So See the Truth, both halves get around Narset, which is nice.
Cool.
I'm also playing 1 Teferi at the top of the
like
curve.
Risen Reef, that got around it before. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Dark Confidant, similar effects. So the 1 Teferi at the top of the curve, I don't want to play too much of this card because you just don't want that many 4-drops in your deck.
Yeah.
This could easily be better as the Royal Scions, but I want to try out Teferi for sure.
I think this is going to be better, actually.
Yeah. I'm always worried about mana cost in a deck like this.
Yeah.
This is certainly significantly more powerful.
Yeah.
Being able to phase out bigger creatures, really, really important and really nice. Just tearing through your deck, looting twice a turn cycle is really cool. So it definitely could impress me. I'm not nearly as skeptical of it in this shell as I would be in just like Azorius Control.
You know what seems insane, though? I know you don't have the synergy in, but Rael into Teferi, you get to draw 2 cards and then say go, draw 2 cards again. That is insane. Or phase it out to protect it. That's pretty busted. But I agree, Rael was just like, it's a card that doesn't impact the battlefield when it comes into play. So it just has a target. Whenever it sees play, you just kill it. And then and then that's it. So yeah, I agree with you on that. But yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah, so this is how I'm building the Izzet Phoenix deck. I've got some Sprite Dragons too to help give the deck more of an aggressive jolt.
Yep.
Hopefully this deck is sweet.
Yeah, hopefully. I've always loved Izzet Phoenix decks, and I've been messing around with it even a couple of times on Versus Live now, and it always feels like it's so very close, but just not quite there. And I would still assume that it's not quite there, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
Now I've got 4 Ancestor Recalls in my deck.
That is true. That is a good card.
They can be hard to set up, but if I go like just turn 2. If you just have like turn 1 Opt, turn 2 See the Truth, turn 3 Masticore Discard Phoenix, turn 4 Finale Target Opt and See the Truth, draw 4 cards, return the Phoenix. That's a pretty good card.
That is pretty good.
I've got 2 creatures that are doing some stuff. I've got probably a full hand to keep going after that. Yeah. That's a pretty ideal curve. It's 1 through 4.
And then I Ugin you. Let's go.
Spark Under Masticore Colossus.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
fair.
4 toughness.
That's fair. That is
and
fair.
And it's Pro Planeswalkers.
Okay, fine. Stop hitting me. All right, well.
And if you -4 to deal with the Arclights, then the Masticore comes in and attacks it.
That's true.
Perfect.
That's true. That's true.
I've thought of every angle.
God, you're a genius. You're a genius.
As long as you're willing to admit that.
Yep. What?
I will keep my hand.
I'll keep mine.
Temple of Epiphany. I will put that one on the bottom. I don't think we're ready for that yet.
Wow, what do you know? I'm going to play a Temple too, but first I'm going to play a Grazer. All right, do we want this? 4, 5, I don't think so.
Okay, well, I'll play a very sad Sprite Dragon.
So Sprite.
And attack.
I block.
Oh, it's already got...
All right. That's a pretty good draw. I am going to go with Uro.
23.
23, draw, play a Triumph, and pass to you.
Okay. Definitely going to play Cathartic Reunion.
Okay.
And I will discard Island Mountain.
Is this kind of a cathartic reunion with Izzet Phoenix for you?
Well, we'll see. This is not a very good set of draws.
Okay.
You can go.
All right. I will play Nissa on turn 3. Just how we drew it up. All right, I'm going to untap this, get 3 counters on it, and give you the beatdowns.
I'm at 17.
All right, your go. Is that good?
Maybe.
All right, your Dorit's little pet here, the alternate version of the Sprite Dragon. Bring it on. You know all that ramp talk I was talking about? Maybe I'm wrong, because this seems pretty good so far. Ugin is kind of a nombo with this, though, huh? It does not make... The elementals are green.
No, they aren't.
Oh, they aren't. Actually, wow, that is insane. Okay.
That's the important part.
They just always look like they have a green color to them.
I'm going to play Sprite Dragon and attack this.
All right. I will block the bigger one.
Okay. Play a Radical Idea. Get the Grazer out of the way. And
okay.
I'll just get Ugined. And pass the turn.
End step. Gross Spiral. Draw. Play a Triumph. Untap. What's the best way to do this?
There's no Ugin here. We'll be okay, but I feel like there's an Ugin here.
There is not.
Sorry, a Gigantic Crisis would also be a problem.
That one might be a reality for you. Okay, so we got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I could play it first and then untap. I think that's the best way to do it. It's been so long since I cast a Crisis, I just don't even remember the optimal lines. So 10, 11, 12, 13, We're going to go with 12. I'm going to go with a 10-10 crisis.
So you go to 28.
Yep.
And draw 5.
Draw 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I've already played a land, so I'm going to untap a forest, attack.
I'll go to 14.
Okay, and then second main, I'm going to Uro.
You go to 31.
31. Put in a breeding pool, take 2.
29.
29, and grow spiral. And land tapped. Here we go. That's it. Oh, actually, we'll keep that untapped. I'll take 2 more. 27.
Not sure if you can afford that, Corey.
Yeah, I got a little extra life to spend here.
Okay. Opt.
Okay. Will the Sprite Dragons get big enough to take down the jelly? I hope not.
Don't really think it matters if they do or not.
Yeah, this was not a bad draw. Turn 3, Nissa. Turn 4, 10-10 draw, 5, gain 5. That's a pretty solid start.
Cathartic Reunion, discard Vadrock and Masticore.
You're supposed to be discarding Arclight Phoenixes, though.
Yeah, that's what they tell me.
Oh, okay. One more spell, and you can at least kill Nissa. That's probably important, but...
No, I guess I needed to discard this. Then I wouldn't have had any follow-up. If I discarded the Finale to the Cathartic, I could cast the Blitz on the Nissa and then have blockers for these. But as is, I'm just dead.
Yeah, and I now have the Ugin, so you are toast.
Yeah, turn 3 Nissa is tough, and I didn't have a Phoenix draw. I needed a little bit more time to set up. And you had the
Plain and simple, I had the Blade. That was the nut draw. I mean, I don't even know if it's better to Ugin there and -2 and get your Sprite Dragons, or that Giant Crisis and then Ugin the other turn. It's so close and they're so good that, you know.
If you Ugin -2 the next turn, then you lose the Crisis.
That's true, that's true.
So probably want to Ugin first.
Probably, yeah, but I'm just saying both plays are so insanely good that it really doesn't matter. The chances of you winning after I do either one of those plays are pretty low, you know, so...
Okay, well, we are going to take a break.
Now it is up to you. Do you want to play 2 pre, or do you want to...
Let's do some sideboarding.
Okay.
I've got some good interaction on the board, so we'll trade tit for tat here.
You would.
Take a short break here, get our sideboard set up, and then come back and finish this match between Izzet Phoenix and Simic Ramp. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Izzet Phoenix and Temur Ramp, as Rob told me during the break.
Yeah, get it right.
All complaints at Cedric A. Phillips on Twitter.
Or at Shaheen Sarani if they're real serious complaints.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember, all complaints go to Shaheen. Pretty typical sideboarding on my side. You know, we're playing against a ramp deck. We've got a bunch of counter spells. They're all pretty good in the matchup. Ether Gust, obviously, you know, against a base green deck. Negate when most of your payoffs are Planeswalkers.
Yep.
And then Mystical Dispute, which, you know, is pretty good early if I want to stop like a growth spiral, but also just fine as a 3-mana leak most of the time.
Yeah,
unless you've got like Nissa going, which, you know, then I've got bigger problems.
The only problem I've ever struggled with the Izzet Phoenix side is, like, you have access to really good counter spells and disruption and stuff, but you're also a deck that is very incentivized to tap out on your turn to play enough spells. So that dynamic has always been pretty rough.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's definitely a tricky thing to navigate. Hopefully we'll be able to do so in these games. Definitely going to cut Shock here. Just no good targets. Vadrock, you know, this matchup isn't going to be about the kind of value that Vadrock brings. And it doesn't really go over the top of anything Corey's doing, certainly. And then Radical Idea is just, I think, the worst cantrip in the deck, so I'll trim out those.
All right, and from my end, unfortunately, we have to take out a new card. It's kind of our sacred rule we try not to break, but it is the only thing that's very bad. There's no creatures it's blocking, so it's this or, like, Explosive Vegetation, Migration Path, whatever it's called now. And that's just better. If the body doesn't matter, the double ramp is just better. So unfortunately, we had no other choice. We're taking these out. We're bringing in some disputes to try to counter your Sprite Dragons on 2, and, you know, try to interact with your interaction. That's basically all it really is. So
That's what Mystical Dispute is good at doing.
Exactly. Among plenty of other things. I still think Mystical Dispute is going to be the best sideboard card, in Standard. And maybe Pioneer, maybe Modern. It's just so good.
Card really annoys me.
Yeah, it's too powerful. It's too powerful. 1 mana counter spells should not exist. They should have severe drawbacks, but...
I enjoyed playing with Dispel.
Yeah, Dispel's great. Yeah, I remember forcing through a lot of my very key spells, but then it's like, oh yeah, am I also going to counter your great blue creature? No, you shouldn't be able to do both. That's crazy.
It's not okay.
Not okay. Not okay. You heard it here first from the only Ross Merriam. It is not okay. Rob, you got any questions for us?
I do. So one is, why not cultivate in the ramp deck?
Okay.
And also, do you feel like these ramp decks should be playing more of a third color instead of simply just splashing for, a small sweeper in the sideboard?
Well, as far as Cultivate, it wasn't spoiled yet, and we think it's bad. I would think Uro is just a better ramp spell as a 3-drop.
And what are you cutting for Cultivate in this deck?
Mm-hmm.
There's not a card.
That's the Migration Path versus Cultivate, I guess, is the decision.
Double ramp for Migration Path when you're in a Hugin deck is great.
Yeah, and the versatility to cycle it when you're flooding, I think, is better. But it's reasonable. It's worth considering. I can't say for sure that card should not be in here. It's possible. And as of what other colors, we really can't say that for sure. We shouldn't be more colors, or we shouldn't be Sultai ramp or whatever. That's going to dictate to the metagame. If Casualties of War is going to be a great card, Sultai. If Teferi is going to be a great card in the metagame, bam. There's avenues that we have to figure out what we're targeting before you figure out that third color. We want to be as generic as possible and just show you this is what because it's always going to be green, blue, X, because that's what you need. You need the green for ramp and blue for Uro, stuff like that, Hydroid Crisis, but yeah.
And if you don't have that specific target in mind that is forcing you to just play a third color, then you shouldn't, because the third color breeds inconsistency, which a ramp deck doesn't want, and it makes your Nissa worse by introducing non-forest lands into your deck.
Yeah.
Extra ETB tapped lands because you're playing extra temples, also awkward.
Yeah.
So you really need to have a specific reason to be wanting to play a third color, and in preview season, we don't have those specific reasons yet.
Exactly. Yep. And, like we said, 61 cards in was the last I looked at it when we were building. So plenty of stuff. This is our earliest iterations of what we think these decks are going to look like into the new world. So shall we do this?
Let's do it.
All right. You are first.
Go back in.
5, 5, 5, 5. Okay. This hand is much worse than our hand before, but I still think it's a keep. Temple of Mystery here helps a lot with either trying to set up maybe
Corey, can you hold your hand a little lower?
Oh, sorry. Temple helps a little bit with trying to maybe set up a way to ramp a little bit faster, but also just extra lands we don't want. I could see myself getting run over if the top of my top 3-4 cards don't give me any help here, but still a keeper.
Well, so Corey gets run over by my perfect 6-card hand.
What do you mean? I mean, you'll have to ship one more back after you're mulling into 5. Yes.
Oh, it's a definite keep.
Ah, dang it. Dang it.
Ooh. I think we just have to focus on our own game plan, put the counter spell on the bottom.
All right, bring it on, Ross Merriam.
Pass.
The Izzet Phoenix King. I'll dethrone you here. This is not what we want here. We do need a land at some point, but we're going to aim a little higher. We're going to put this forest to the bottom. Pass to you.
I'll play not.
Okay.
Definitely don't need that.
Okay.
Not a bad draw. Let's see the truth.
All right.
Top 3. Ugh. Those are all bad. And our draw step is bad.
Well, then you're finally seeing the truth. That your deck's bad. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, burn. Okay. Temple of Mystery. Our draw is pretty bad here. This one, once again, ETB tap land is not what I want here. Maybe I'm regretting putting that forest at the bottom. Maybe it was a little greedy, but I wanted to try to get Growth Spiral or something, but we missed. and just drew the absolute worst.
Okay. Well, that was a good draw. So I'll play Cathartic Reunion.
Okay.
I will discard Radical Idea and Arc.
There's a Phoenix.
Play an island and pass the turn.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take 2 and go for an Earl.
So, gonna end at 21?
Yep.
Arrow's fine.
Okay. Draw. I will put a Triumph into play and pass to you. A little slow here. We definitely wanted to be doing that last turn, but we'll live. Maybe.
Pass the turn.
Okay. I gotta assume you're just trying to deal with whatever 5-drop I try to cast, but I'm probably not gonna have the luxury of doing anything here. Let's see. Aether Gust, negate, all that stuff. I guess if I can aim with a creature here, that I get to play around 2 of your counter spells, so let's do that. I'll play Cavalier.
Yep.
Okay. Top 5, 3, 4, 5. We will put an island into play and pass to you.
Other than the graveyard.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Oh, yeah. That's much better. I was trying to hurt myself there. That's just why we're such good friends. I'm trying to help you out in this game. Make my Earl worse, you know? All right.
I guess I should have done this in response, but I'm gonna Radical Idea.
Okay.
Another Phoenix.
I have a feeling some birds are coming. Yeah, definitely not a great turn 4 for you, that's for sure. I was feeling pretty good about that.
Not.
Cavalier of nope. That's what that reads to you.
I'll opt.
Okay. Spell 1. Storm count 1.
I'll opt.
Okay.
Actually, let's Temple first.
Okay.
Top with that opt.
Okay.
And top with that Temple.
Okay. Okay.
And Cathartic, discarding Phoenix Island.
Uh-oh. That's 3 of them.
Okay. Return 3 Phoenixes.
Okay. I'll block
And
1.
Do I attack? Yes.
All right. Block 1.
You're at 15.
15.
You can go.
All right.
Let's hope this turn isn't too bad.
Oh, it's going to be.
Well, you can't Ugin.
That's true.
Nissa, but...
Nissa. Untap. Attack for 3.
17.
Crack 1 green floating. I'll play another Cavalier. Or do I want a blue floating? That doesn't really matter. We'll go with a green floating. All right. Top 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go with a castle. Put these in the yard and use that 1 green and cycle migration path. Then pass to you.
Cycles for... Oh, you have the
For
green
2.
floating. You have the
Yeah,
green
so
floating.
6 mana, 1
Okay.
floating from that, and then the
Do
land
you think
I
that's a
searched.
forest for Nissa?
Yeah.
Had the green float.
Had the
Okay.
green floating, yep.
So you have 3 in hand now?
I have 3, yep.
Corey's right. That was a devastatingly good turn.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was kind of what I needed.
Uh-oh.
But now I actually just have to tap out again.
Yeah,
No,
and
you
see,
don't.
that's the dynamic we were talking about, the kind of awkwardness that playing disruptive elements and, trying to be a Izzet Phoenix deck, that's just the struggle that the deck has internally, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, so play Sprite Dragon.
Yep.
Play Finale of Promise on See the Truth, and I guess Opt.
Okay, so this does get 3 counters.
It's going to become a 4/4.
Yeah, that is insane. Finale with Sprite Dragon is pretty
Yeah,
busted.
so let's draw the 3 and then Opt.
Okay, good order.
And we can bottom that.
All right. I'm guessing you're trying to kill Nissa here. That would make
Return
sense.
this. Yep. Send everybody in Nissa.
Right.
So.
Okay. Nissa down.
Pass the turn.
10, 13. Okay. Not quite dead, but you're in trouble. Not a good draw, but we got things we can do. Let's see what we want to do. Okay. All right. Well, we could go Uro. 2 mana left over. 3, 4, 5. It's interesting. Uro's decent here. All right. Instead, we're gonna go 8 mana. I'm gonna funnel 6 into here. 2 Crisis for 6.
Yep.
Gain 3. Go to 18. Draw 3. Then we'll play Fabled Passage. And now it's how aggressive do I want to get? I think I'm at least attacking with 1 Cavalier, but I might just jam. I got to be a little afraid of a crackback, but it's pretty tough for you to kill me. So I'm going to get aggressive here. I'm going to attack for 13.
I'll go to 4.
All right, your turn. May regret that, but we're going to live life on the edge here.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was gonna say I could do everything I wanted this turn, but I can't also stay at 4. I have to shock for the steam vents to do everything.
Okay.
I think it's still the play I have to make, but it means I now have to play much more awkwardly.
Much more defensively, more than likely.
Yep.
Yep.
So I will shock to 2.
Okay.
I will play Goblin Electromancer.
Okie dokie.
I will... Oh, no, that doesn't even actually work the way I want it to work. Oh, perfect. Yeah, because I drew... Yeah. I was wondering how this would affect Blitz's, effectiveness.
Oh, yeah, because it doesn't count this zone.
And it has exactly screwed me because I have
And actually, I should
spells.
probably do this so you can't actually trigger Arc Light, and then you can't bring back 3 spells.
You're going to sack the passage and dispute?
I think so, yep. Now, it does allow, if you have a dispute, maybe then your Blitz gets going.
Yeah, and because of that, I will dispute back.
Okay, okay. So maybe that's bad, but...
And then... Let's Blitz the Crisis.
Okay. You got 6 over there? And it's exiled, right?
That was the 6th. And
Okay.
it's exiled, yep.
So you should have 1 mana floating. Or you can untap that Steam Vents, right? Electromancer,
yeah.
Blitz, Mystical Dispute.
Um,
And that's 2 spells. Yeah, maybe that was a bad play on my part.
Ross, did you pay twice for Blitz there by accident?
Yeah, we corrected that.
we corrected that.
He had a 1 floating there.
Actually, if that's going to be the case, then I'm still going to Blitz, but I'm going to Dragon first.
Okay.
Get a counter on it.
Okay, and you got 1 more spell.
I do not.
Okay.
And I need to block all 3 of your things. So I will pass the turn.
Okay. Let's start with a row. Let's get rid of, doesn't matter. My graveyard doesn't matter in this particular deck. I'll go to 21.
Yep.
Draw. Haven't played my original land. Let's play castle. We'll Let's Growth Spiral.
Sure.
Land for the Growth Spiral. Still haven't played my original land. We'll bottom this. A little bit of awkward draws there in the wrong time, but that's okay. I'll move to combat.
Yep.
I'll attack.
Chump the Cavaliers and double block the Forest.
Okay. Now the question is, what do I care about killing more, the Sprite Dragon or the Electromancer? Both are decently scary, but I think Electromancer giving you the mana is a little bit more scary because you can bring back, let's say you even bring back all 4 Arclights plus Sprite. I mean, I'm at 21 life points. That is pretty tough for me to assume I'm going to die. So we're going to get rid of Electromancer, put that first. And then I'm going to play a Triumph and pass to you.
Oh, good assumption on your part.
Yeah.
So how does this work with Blitz?
With Blitz. So the spells go on the stack. They all go on the stack. So
are
it'll
they
count
out of the
whatever's
graveyard?
Yeah. Yep.
So
they go on the stack at the same time.
But will these count towards the Blitz count?
They will not, because they'll be on the stack. Yep. But Finale puts 2 spells onto the stack, and then they recheck. And this will also. This might be in the graveyard though. So when you cast this, these will go on the stack.
This doesn't go on the graveyard.
Oh, it exiles, right?
This doesn't go in the graveyard until it resolves, and it doesn't finish resolving until these spells finish resolving.
Then that's how it is. Yeah. So you can trigger it. You can trigger it like this. So you discard first, and then Blitz will count for 1 more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Finale will be in the yard, is what Chet's saying.
Yeah, I think it is.
What?
I think so. What Finale does is put these spells on the stack and then it goes like
to
this.
The graveyard, and then you recast those spells.
And then you cast the spells, and then you can trigger it in which order.
No, this doesn't. That's 100% not how it works. Because otherwise, then Teferi wouldn't stop it. These things are being cast while as part of the resolution of Finale of Promise. That's how
they're put on the stack that way.
Yeah. No, I think Rob is right on this one. Yeah, because it's still Teferi still stops.
Oh yeah, but it stops them from being cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you can't put them on the stack. You can't cast them with Teferi.
Well, that's good then, because this is my 6th thing. Yeah. So
now you can resolve them in whatever order.
Yeah. So
but you do have to target right away.
Yeah. You can just recast the Uro next turn, and there's nothing I can really do to stop that.
It exiles.
Oh, it exiles. Yeah.
But I do have another.
You have another Uro.
Yeah.
So yeah. So dealing with the Uro, I don't think matters at all. I guess it forces you to commit some mana, but you have a billion mana, so so let's deal with the thing that stops a flyer, and I'll discard Arclight Phoenix Island.
Okay.
This is going to get 3 more counters.
Yep.
This will go up to a 5/5, and I'll draw 3.
Okay.
These are exiled.
Okay.
I will play my land for turn.
Okay.
I will get a bunch of Arclight Phoenixes.
Okay. Yeah, it's all of a sudden scary.
And you're at 21.
Yeah.
This is 17. I'm so close.
Close to killing me. That is brutal.
Yeah, I'm very, very close. But instead, I guess I will... You have 3 in hand?
Yep.
So if I play it more safe and leave back 2 Phoenixes, this is an attack for 11 that'll put you to 10.
Yeah, Finale has looked great this game, that's for sure.
I think that's fine to do, because yeah. So let's attack you for 11 and bring you to 10.
Okay.
And then pass the turn.
End step cycle.
Yep.
Untap. Oh. Ugh. One shot? I guess not technically. Okay, so I mean, there's things I can play around. There's something I put you on from the beginning of this game, and that was a negate. When I played Cavalier, I felt like I snuck that by, where if I went for a Nissa, it was not going to work. So what I can do with that information, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's... This is tricky. Can try to draw something to help me out here. I think for sure I'm attacking with Earl. I might not want to attack with Cavalier. You'd have to get more spells to put into the yard, but you can easily do that. So I am going to declare attacks.
Sure.
Earl, trigger.
You go to 13?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll chump block.
Okay. And I'm going to put a land into play.
Yeah.
I'm going to go like this. I can scry. I do not want that. And then you chump blocked. Okay, I'm going to play a land. Six creature mana.
Yep.
Cavalier. One creature mana floating.
Oh, that's not good. You're at 13.
Yep.
Third Cavalier.
You know it. It's been a great game.
How do I beat that? I guess that's how I beat it. 1, 2, 3.
Probably counting how many Gus slash whatchamacallit, the Blitz card.
Okay. 4, 8 mana. Yeah, Cavalier's fine.
Trigger. Alright. Put a land into play. I'm still putting you on negate. Just feels like I haven't given you a good opportunity to cast it. You could also have Mystical Dispute. I think I'm going to go blue, green. With the green creature mana I still have, I'm going to bring back Earl.
Yep.
1. I guess it does matter for exiling a little bit because of Cavaliers, but not much. So
you're going to go to 16?
Yep. 16, draw. No land. Then I'm going to cast a Grazer.
Yep.
The old eye roll when the Grazer comes in. You gotta love that. And then I will pass to you.
Corey started that turn with an oof, like his hand was bad, and then his hand was really good.
Well, no, it was an oof of what to play around against you because I'm gonna make. I have judgment calls to make, and I easily could have made the wrong one that turn. Depending on perfect information, I'm just assuming you have a negate in your hand, so I was trying to play around that as the best I could. And that meant just whittling you down and letting you attack again, because I'm not that afraid when I have reach blockers.
Guess I'll leave that on top.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll leave this on top and then I'll opt into it.
Okay.
Gets a counter.
1 spell.
See the truth, counter.
Okay. And it's reveal 3, pick 1, right? Anticipate kind of thing.
Yeah, look at it. It's just anticipate.
And then supercharge from the graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the truth?
Nope. But I do have a 7/7
Yeah.
Sprite Dragon now.
That you do.
There's another Sprite Dragon.
Okay.
You can go.
All right. End step, growth spiral.
Yep.
Untap. Okay. Do I want to scry before I draw? Probably not. So we'll draw. That could not have been a good draw.
Also, a reference only you'll get, Ross.
Yeah.
Some people want to call See the Truth Paul Pierce.
I'm in for that. I'm in. Is that or the answer are my picks for best nicknames in NBA history?
All right. Ugin?
Negate.
Yeah, so I picked it right. I could have went for it. Could have went for it last turn.
It was there the entire time. You were very right.
Figured. Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to attack, trigger.
You go to 19.
19, yep.
Okay, I will block with my giant Sprite Dragon.
Okay.
Right, you can't Ugin me again.
I can't, no.
Okay. I guess that would.
I haven't played a land, so I could, but I don't know.
Yeah, if you had it, I can't beat it anyway.
Yep. Okay.
Just exile my entire battlefield.
Yeah. Or I deal 3 points of life to you.
I have a 2.
Okay, I'm gonna bring back a rope. 2,
Okay.
3.
I'll bring you to 22.
Yep. 22 to 2.
Yep.
Draw, and then I'll play Grazer. Go.
How many Ugins you got left?
I have 1 in my yard, and I think that's it.
One
so,
exiled here.
Yeah, so 3.
There's 2 left.
3.
Oh, there's 1 in the exile.
Oh, there's 1 in the exile too.
Yeah.
Okay, then 2 left. Yep.
Still 2 left. Yeah, that's probably gonna get me.
Eugene's gonna get you. Who would have guessed?
Who knew Standard had this many reach creatures?
Yeah. Right.
14 cards. You can go.
I was gonna say, if you attack, I get to put Ugin on top, so that's probably not great for you. Untap. Well, Ugin. Okay. I was like, what can I do? I have a crisis too, but I was getting pretty low on the life total, or on the library size here, so I didn't have
for
too much.
6 and draw 3.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it was an awkward spot because you couldn't really attack with anything because Cavalier gets to just put a new. I wanted you to attack and have a negate and be like, yep, on top, 16 mana? 2 of them, because I had 1, but all right. Well, ramp, it looked good, but I think notoriously ramp is going to be well set up against Phoenixes because you have that setup turn where you have to tap out, and that bit you in the butt a lot when you had to tap out and you gave me that turn free. And I had Nissa Cavalier on turn 5, and I think if I play Nissa, I lose that game. If I play Cavalier
on turn 4, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. And if I just have Mystical Dispute or Ether Gust as my counterspell,
exactly.
I'm also in the driver's seat. But
that's a good calculated risk. You think about how many cards you think are coming in. I mean, I know exact information, but you might not have that in a tournament. But just think, okay, if I have to jam, which card has the highest chance of resolving? And that was definitely Cavalier at that point.
Yeah.
And I got rewarded. But.
Honestly, to me, it felt like I really needed Electromancer. I was only able to have it for like 1 turn, and it wasn't, it was a little bit too late. But if I'd had a turn 2 Electromancer, games would have been a lot different. That's the card that really accelerates my game plan.
Yeah.
Whereas Sprite Dragon did not look particularly good. It just took too long to get going.
It never has. It never has looked great, and especially in a world with glass caskets to fairies, where you get to reset it all the time. I don't think the card's good enough, which is crazy because on paper it seems like an insane card, but it was pretty cool with Finale there. 1 mana, 1 spell to get 3 counters is pretty nice.
That is nice. It helps it ramp up pretty quickly. But I think if I were to adjust the deck, I would just try a 4 Electromancer build that maybe played a couple more bigger threats instead of the Sprite Dragons.
Yeah. Yep.
So I didn't really want to be Sprite Dragoning on turn 2 against Grazers and against Glass Caskets and Teferi even. Yeah. So I think just playing some Crackling Drakes in that spot.
Yeah.
Maybe an extra cantrip too, just to increase that density would help out because you hit a lot of land drops. You're drawing a bunch of extra cards, so you're going to get to these late game scenarios where you want those big threats.
Yep. And Crackling Drake, I think, is the best with Finale of Promise.
Yeah.
Because you're exiling so many things, but you're also churning through your deck so much, so you just have a high density of spells that either hit the graveyard, exile zone, or your hand, and that makes Crackling Drake insane. So I could see Crackling Drake maybe a couple maximized velocities to have that, because that was always the bane of existence to this style deck. If you had that, the turn where I attacked all in, I'm dead. Yeah. I'm dead. You Crackling Drake velocity, get some other stuff back, it's over, you know?
So you turn those, those 4 dragons into 4th Electromancer, 1 maximized velocity, 2 Drake.
Yeah.
I think you improve the deck.
Yeah, I think Electromancer was always, the lists I tried, I think it was way worse, because I was trying Rael, and I was I didn't have that many spells that wanted to be cheaper. But with this version, and just the reintroduction of Finale of Promise, develops the deck similar to what it was before, where it was actually good. This was a staple for people who don't believe it. That was a really awesome deck back in the day.
About a year ago.
Yeah, which seems like 6 years ago. Yeah, which actually is 6 years ago.
I actually played it at an open.
Yeah, really?
I think I top 32. I was doing reasonably well. I lost Harlan Fear on day 2. I lost to Kevin Jones in the last round because I've never beaten him in my entire life.
Yeah. That happens.
I know the deck was really good because
no one else.
Yeah.
I know it was really good because it got me a PPTQ top 8.
Really? Nice. Yeah, I played it the first GP in GP New Jersey, right before that pro tour at Dominaria, I believe. And top 16, I did well with it. I liked it.
Let's all reminisce about Arclight Phoenix and how great it is. It deserves one last hurrah. It's going to rotate in the fall.
Yeah.
It deserves it.
I know, it really does. And also, the 16 Arclight Phoenixes I have on my Moto account that I thought were going to go up, not working out too well for me right now. So I'm hoping you do your part. I tried to make Phoenix great, and it is not. So, all right, Rob, let's take a question or two, and then we'll get ready for our third round, where I think we have some of the more spicy decks. We saved the spicy couple for last.
All right, so we did get a new reprint that was previewed a little earlier today. Grasp of Darkness, the black target creature gets -4/-4.
Wow, we're giving black all the only good removal here?
Yeah, so do you think that has a big impact on Standard?
Seems significantly worse than the 2 mana smother a creature or planeswalker.
I don't know. It depends on how much Flash is in, because Flash and Gemraiser right now are taking advantage of the removal in the format, being the 3 converted mana cost or less kind of thing. But having something that not only kills the 2-drops that are attacking you quick, but can also interact with Nightpack Ambusher. I think there's something to that.
Yeah.
You know, if we see a metagame that's dynamic like that, where you have aggressive decks, but you also have flash decks, you know, you don't want the thing that only kills one of these decks, you know. But if you see a metagame that has a bunch of aggressive creatures and planeswalkers you want to deal with, you don't want grass because then it's dead in those matchups. So that is all going to be dictating by what the metagame shifts into. But it's nice to have options when it comes to that.
It's definitely a very good removal spell against Nightpack Ambusher.
Oh yeah,
that's 100%. So that's a very good point. So if you're worried about Ambusher, or Ambusher is starting to come back around in the metagame, Grasp of Darkness will definitely be a very strong option for answering those.
Yeah, cool spoiled cards. Thanks to anybody who's keeping us updated on the spoiled card, because when we go into the trenches here for 3 hours, we're shut off. We don't get to know. So one more question, we'll head to break.
We've also had a lot of questions about you not playing Azusa. So is that card just too weak to rely on?
So Azusa and Grazer, I don't think you can, like, you play that in Titan because you're once you get to 6 mana, you press a button that says I win. You know, here, if you have a Grazer and only 3 lands and you ramp into Azusa, that's really, really bad. So I don't think Azusa is going to be a playable Magic card at all.
In Kamigawa block was printed in 2010
or something?
5.
Okay.
2010.
I don't know. I had to ask what day it is, and usually Versus Live at least keeps me grounded where I know it's either Tuesday or Thursday, but it was a full-on guess for me today.
2010 was Scars of Mirrodin.
Okay.
So Kamigawa was the set after original Mirrodin.
See, whenever a new set comes in, I just blank whatever is gone and just move on from there. But yeah, continue your point.
Champions of Kamigawa was released in the fall of 2005. No?
Come on, Jeopardy man, you know your facts.
Fall of 05 was Ravnica. Fall of 04. 04 into 05.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fall of 04. Champions of Kamigawa was released. So it's been almost 16 years that Azusa has been printed. Have any of you ever seen this card played in a competitive deck that did not involve bounce lands and amulet? Ever?
Oh, pick me. No.
Okay. It is very difficult to have the number of lands necessary to fully take advantage of Azusa, and then something to play into it, and and the Azusa. It's just too many moving parts.
Yeah.
But whereas Amulet solved that because you just needed the one bounce land, and you just recast the same land or replay the same land multiple times. That's where, that and Summer Bloom was the same thing. Summer Bloom is now banned in Modern, but is literally only because of enabling the one deck.
But if Summer Bloom was in Standard right now, it'd be unplayable.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Completely unplayable.
Yeah.
Azusa is the same way.
Yeah, I'm calling it right now. Azusa will not see any Standard play.
Unless some other similar synergy develops.
Yeah.
If they reprint bounce lands in some capacity, and there's some...
Sure, if they reprint bounce lands and prime times, yeah, sure, I'm
sure Zendikar will give us some kind of wacky lands or something.
Yeah, exactly. Because of Landfall 2.
Yeah.
Unless some sort of synergies like that develop, and maybe the printing of Azusa suggests that there
That's
are
true.
some synergies with it.
They're not just going to whip it in there for nothing.
This is not just a ramp card that you put in your ramp deck.
No.
Like Cultivate, like Uro, like Migration Path, any of those cards. This is a card that needs a very specific context to make work. It is very powerful in that context, but only in that context. So look for that. Outside of it, just ignore.
Yeah, well said. We're not going to be in a Azusa fan club stream here, that's for sure. So, all right. Well, Rob, you got one more question that's a good one, and then I can't remember if I said one more.
That's about all I got for
Okay, perfect. So we are going to head to break. Our next matchup, we are going to see some really cool decks that I'm excited about. Rakdos with Liliana, and then a mono white deck with the new Planeswalker, which I have no idea what the name is yet. Does it take me a month? Yes.
Am I right about that?
Sounds about right.
But we're abusing the token strategy in a mono white deck versus taking advantage of the graveyard synergies with some awesome cards from M21 in a Rakdos shell. So you're not going to want to go anywhere. We're going to take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with our final round here on Versus Live.